see. Blue skies. So this is probably the best weather in Europe. So I was supposed to go north today, but bad weather. Snow in Granada. Fucking 0 to 5 where I was going. If I stay here, it's like 8 to 12. So I'm gonna stay here because I think there's enough fucking bad weather waiting for me back in Ireland. So, but here I have whole heap of tapas and whole heaps of fucking beers and options. I can go for a walk, stroll around. I'm gonna find some art galleries, but I think they're closed. But I'm gonna find them anyway, and take some more photos, and read my book. So the day will kind of pass nicely. And I didn't plan on spending much time here, but I'm near the beach here, nearer than the other places. So there's worse things I could do. So anyway, on with the day, going towards the beach. Okay, so in Australia apparently, it's so hot that people are advised to stay in their houses because, which is quite interesting, because in Norway in the winter time when old people go drinking in their house, they go to the garden for something and they fall over and they die. So it's interesting. In Norway, if you go out walking or whatever, you can die. In Australia, people are worried that if you go outside your house, you will die. Here it's 12 degrees. Now in Madrid, it's -2. Up north, Granada, snowing. There's like there was a thing on the TV this morning about how the roads collapsing. So basically collapsado, I think it means everything is shut down, disaster. So here it was raining, but now as you can see, it's all pretty fucking good. Not so bad. It's tolerable. So I guess it's good weather for walking around. I've been eating lots of tapas. I think I'm putting on weight again. I was cutting down portions, but of course if you have 10 portions of tapas a day, that's not good either, So I was talking to a Brazilian guy this morning. Interesting guy, he's half English, half Brazilian, something else as well. But he seemed kind of English, but he definitely didn't seem like he was Brazilian. But he's someplace outside of Brazil, Sao Paulo. So he was telling me in Brazil, people have a real togetherness kind of vibe because they all know that the government is the enemy. So basically, he was saying it's different in England. People in England, the rich people think the poor people are a problem, poor people think the rich people are a problem, but none of them will actually point fingers at the government. So that was interesting talking to him actually, and we were talking about indigenous people. So he was telling me actually there's a kind of a group of people outside Granada who have no money. They live off the land, and I don't know that they've ever seen money. But there's no money exists there, and they're just basically living off the land. So that's quite interesting actually. It's quite interesting because you don't pay no tax when you're living off the land. Well, in theory. So this is the scene. I'm killing time by going for a walk. Quite pleasant enough. There's worse things you could do. You could be paying tax for your time. Okay, going this way continue to walk. Basically, now I'm living the life of a retired person. I've seen a few people who are walking along here with their retired partners, and it seems to me like I'm living the life of a retired person. So the sun is out, right? And it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad being retired. But being retired from what, I wonder? Yeah, sun's out, all good. Yeah. -5 other places. It's okay. 12 degrees, it's okay. I can deal with that. It might be shit, but compared to everywhere else in Europe, this is epic. Epic weather. It reminds me one time actually in Mexico when I was sitting in a hammock, kind of feeling sorry for myself, a bit hungover, and I was listening to the radio or something, and there was all these people stuck in airports in the US and with snowstorms, and they were like, we just want to go somewhere warm. Oh, just get out of here. I was like, oh, you know what? Things are pretty good. So, living the life of a retired person. Go this way and then go back. Could be time for tapas and beer. They go back. One of them for sure. So, It feels like winter is over. The sun is back. The sun is back. Well, that of course isn't the case. Because it's only 2 days away from going back to Ireland, where it never stops raining, and it feels like you're on the Titanic. So anyway, the sun's out here. It fucking feels great. There's an Emile Zola quote. What is it? In the darkness of winter. Something about the darkness of winter I found or whatever. Something and something. I'll look it up. I'll put it in here. All good from Spain. Yeah, the best weather in Europe right now. And it feels it. So yesterday I got trapped here. I went to the coffee shop and then I saw the weather really bucketed down, the rain. So I stayed. But today it's going to be clear, I think, so we're good. So I booked a different hostel, Lights Hostel. People were telling me it was great, so I want to try it out. So I'm going to have coffee, maybe something to eat, and then I am going to go to Malaga. So, all good. And my fucking flight was postponed, or no, my course is postponed. So I've already got tickets to go to Portugal and fly back from Spain next week. So life is a dream come true. Ooh, ooh. I was reading about a girl who last year wrote an article for Irish Times and it was like the most read article of the year about moving back from Australia, challenge of getting a job, and she's like, being very positive about it. She didn't want to be someone in Australia whinging about Ireland, and back in Ireland whinging about Australia. But she said it was a fucking disaster. She really, like, after living in Australia, you could never fucking go back to Ireland. I don't know about that. I guess it worked for some. But this, I was talking to somebody, and he was talking to a taxi driver, and he just got back from Australia, and they were like, yeah, good luck, man. You can never get used to working here again. So, but with cheap Ryanair flights to Portugal and stuff, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. There are options. You know, not that I'm 100% positive about everything, but I got all this. So, and I get to deal with the inefficiency of Irish people, and you know, you don't have to stay in one place. You can move around like a bird of paradise, and you can have sunshine and oranges and some fountain thing. So, all good. So, coffee. Let's go. Check it out. Entrance to the highway. You can take your horse, tractor, bicycle, or you can walk it. Check it out over here. The big news the last couple of days was that the snow in Granada, Alhambra. So the news story has been basically that the roads have collapsed and people stuck in the fucking roads, and it was the same footage actually they showed many times yesterday and today, so handy. They call it news, old footage, but there you go. This is the snow, not a whole lot really. Today it's going to be 16 degrees. The other big news was basically pensions, because it's an aging country. They're worried about where they're going to get the money for the pensions. So the snow and pensions, big news in Spain. Going this way to Malaga.